about? Well, if ITV's one-off comedy on Saturday night, The Grimleys, doesn't get ace ratings, it won't be the fault of this programme, because we've had Jack Dee on, Noddy Holder on, both talking about their roles in it, and now Samantha Janus is on. But first, game on.
Martin, I can't get used to this celibacy stuff. What am I going to do?
Just calm down, Mandy, calm down. You don't have to sleep with him.
He's in the flat now.
You still don't have to sleep with him.
But it'll look so rude.
Mandy, remember what you said about not shagging everyone you meet? Yeah, remember what you said about waiting for Mr. Right? Yeah, well, here's a chance to prove you can do it. Well, it's not hard, is it? All you've got to do is say no.
Say no. Right.
Your version of saying no.
Hello.
Yeah, how
Lovely to
are
see
you?
you.
It's great.
Good.
You know, you have a host of young male fans, don't you?
I think she's probably
Apparently so.
ignorant of that.
Yeah.
Apparently so.
Including our two older sons.
Oh, really? How old are they?
20.
Oh, right. So
And him. On
This man on camera over
Camera
here.
three, Alex.
Can we see
Oh, he's gone red now.
Not
Gone
red.
red.
Are you
Serves him right.
Are you married, Alex? No. No.
I'm getting married.
You got a girlfriend. He's furious now.
Alex has been offering to assist this interview for 3 days.
Really?
Never mind. Anyway, right, first of all, why did you leave Pie in the Sky?
Well, I've been doing it for 2 years, and it was a brilliant part, but it was really, really small, and there was lots of hanging around on the set, and I just figured after 2 years I was still young enough to try new things. But it was a really hard show to leave. I mean, Richard Griffith, I was completely in love with.
He's fat,
Isn't he
isn't he?
nice?
I was in love with him.
Lucky
He's
man.
probably the wisest person I've ever met. He's got anecdote after anecdote. We just sit there in between takes, just listening to this man and his stories.
Yeah.
I loved him. I absolutely loved him.
Well, we had him on the show the other day, and we really liked him as well. He's just incredibly, as you say, he's full of wisdom. He's very calm. He's very together.
And it's his eyes. He just draws you in. His
Yeah.
twinkly blue eyes. He's gorgeous.
Great. Now, listen, as we said, we've already talked to Jack Dee about
Jack Dee and
about the
Noddy.
nasty PE
Yeah.
master, and Noddy about the lovely English teacher.
New
And
music teacher.
He's a music teacher.
Music teacher,
And
yeah.
you're the English teacher.
Yes.
And how old are you meant to be?
Probably about 20, in her 20s.
Right.
She's gone away and got her teaching degree and come back to the town where she was brought up.
And
Set in
Gordon
the
remembers her.
Set in the
1975, did you
70s,
say?
yeah.
And Gordon remembers her.
Gordon remembers her because she was always kind of on the estate as a young girl, and he kind of sighed wistfully in her direction. As she comes back to teach him English, he can't believe it.
Tell us
He's
the name.
gobsmacked.
Tell us-
Geraldine Titley. Geraldine Titley. Yeah, it was such an... I had such a hard time doing that accent. I kept going into Liverpool. I kept going into the wrong
I know what
accent. It's
you're saying,
completely
yeah.
different because the vowel sounds
Yeah.
are much rounder. It's like no, don't, I
Yeah.
don't like it.
But what's similar is the upturn at the end of sentences.
That's
There's
right,
there's
yeah,
that
the
lilt which
inflection
comes
goes up towards, yeah.
Well,
Anyway,
you
now,
have to
so
move.
Gordon, we should say, is the schoolboy who's at the centre of the whole thing, and everything's seen through his eyes. I think the first clip we're going to show here is of him declaring his undying love
Oh, bless.
for you, and it's so sad, this. Let's have a look.
You said you cared for me.
Yes, but I meant in a way that...
I love you. You love me too, don't you?
Gordon, you're a bright, sensitive young man.
So there's a chance. You will.
Gordon, listen, please.
You'll come out with me?
No, Gordon.
No.
I'm your teacher. That's all.
I'm not clever at all, am I? In fact, I've been very stupid.
Gordon, wait.
Oh.
Shame.
I look like one of the Pan's people dancers, like green eyeshadow and a ginger wig.
A ginger wig. And you were saying that you thought the fashions were horrendous, but Noddy had a lot of them.
Noddy hasn't changed. If Noddy said he was wearing a wardrobe, he's a liar. I watched his interview and he looks exactly the same. He even had his old sideys in. He didn't need any wigs or anything.
I admire Gordon's courage there, because did you have a crush on any teacher at school? Well, you went to a girls' school, it was mostly women, wasn't it?
They were all ladies.
It's madam, you're madam. Yeah.
Well, we had a geography teacher when I was about 14 who looked actually not unlike the way you look there. It was in the mid-70s, same sort of era. And we were, oh, Miss Gammage. We were all absolutely...
Miss Cabbage?
Miss Gammage.
Oh, I thought you
We
meant
were all
Cabbage.
deeply in love with her, but nobody, you know, I was in love with her, but I wouldn't have dreamt of...
Oh, that was really,
saying
it was a
anything to her.
courageous thing to do, that step.
yeah.
The shirts, I mean, just there was so much nylon on set. I was wearing so, that I would ignite as I walked from one set to another, because I was wearing these thick nylon stockings and kind of nylon shirt.
Yeah.
It was awful, and it was really hot too, wearing the wig.
Crackling.
Yeah, but it was good fun to do, though.
We've got a shot, a clip with you with Jack Dee. Being absolutely foul.
He's horrid, isn't he?
Absolutely
And
foul.
I would never expected what he was going to do. If it's the scene I think it is, he turns around and he's pointing to something, and he always surprised me with these things. So I was in hysterics most of the time.
Just to explain, he's the bullying PE master.
Sadistic. Absolutely sadistic.
So-and-so. I
Yeah.
can't say it, haven't I? So-and-so.
Bugger.
Thank you. So you can go to the ITC on that one. And this is where Gordon it's kind of nemesis for the PE teacher and triumph for Gordon, isn't it?
Yeah. Towards the end,
Have they had a message you want to speak to me?
I can't make it tonight. I've got to find replacement dust caps for the Spitfire.
You called me here for that.
You'll have to come out with me tomorrow night.
You care more about that car than you do about me.
So? I'll pick you up tomorrow at 7.
I don't want to go.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
Wait a minute.
You heard the lady, Digby?
Strikes me the only person we haven't interviewed is Gordon.
It's Gordon,
It's Gordon. You should
absolutely.
have him on here, bless him. He's a brilliant actor. I mean, that was his first proper job, and he was really nervy before he did it, and he was probably the most professional on set. Everything first takes,
Great.
you know,
Really?
and on his mark, and
How
it
old
was
is he?
wonderful. I think he's a lot older than he looks. I'm not sure of his age, but I mean, he's not a teenager.
Are they hoping the Grimmers will spin into a series if it
Yeah,
goes
we've
down well?
already, Jack and I have been sent scripts, kind of probably launching those two characters
Right.
more than the other, so we're talking about that at the moment.
Well, we were asking you earlier if you have sort of a game plan, expecting you to say, yes, Hollywood, the Oscars. But what did you say?
Kids?
Kids? You want kids?
I
Great.
want my kids,
Woman
yeah.
after my own heart. You're getting
Yeah.
married shortly.
Yeah, I'm getting married. There's the ring.
Is that the ring? Oh, lovely.
He's
And that ring-
oh,
Yeah, you're getting married to a dolphin. It would have...
yes, that's my dolphin. That's my hope to be.
What's he called?
That's what the dolphin.
No.
Flipper.
Flipper.
No,
Maro, isn't it?
and that's Maro. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was taken. We just got back from the Bahamas, and if you saw
Have a
that
look.
photo,
Show us again.
he's got a vein on his forehead. Can you see it?
Yeah.
Because he was so stressed out. He was totally not in his element. He hated every minute of it. He'll kill me when he knows I put this on TV. Absolutely kill
Do you mean
me.
he doesn't like the water?
He was. We were given a talk before we went in and saying, you know, don't touch the dolphins in the lower region because they do get frisky. So don't start anything you
heard
can't
that.
finish. So Mara went into the lagoon like absolutely, and this dolphin made a beeline for him, and he hated it. And you know when you have those arguments in front of other people, but it's all said through smiles. I says, I'm going to get out. I said, you're bloody staying in. I said, you're not going to embarrass me like that. It was so funny. It was hilarious.
I must say...
He doesn't like being sort of in the limelight at all, does he?
No, he
That's to
hates
keep
it. He absolutely hates it, and he's always in the papers, and he has to go into work. He works for British Airways, and he has to go into work the next day and get so much stick off the people. I mean, he didn't choose to do this job, you know, and he's really, really quiet. And I'm, well, as you see, I'm constantly showing pictures of him to everyone. So when he gets back from Philadelphia tomorrow, he's going to kill me. He's gonna
Tell him we did it without your consent.
I will do, I will.
Hey? He's probably on
Probably
strike. He's striking for being
Well,
here.
yeah, that's right. Yeah, there's this huge strike coming up. I won't lob him in it though.
No.
He's not decided
glad
whether
we're
he's
going
going to
virgin.
strike yet or not. Yeah.
Anyway.
Are you?
Yes, yeah, that wasn't a plug, that was just a factual comment. Oh, God.
Listen,
Right.
it's always lovely to see you.
Yes, it is.
I'm getting Birmingham.
What time is it on Saturday?
Sayo.
Is it 8 o'clock?
It's after the lottery because I'm pressing the button on the lottery.
Well, the lottery's
Oh,
at-
are you?
Yeah,
Are you
yeah,
in the
yeah.
lottery?
I was just saying, can you imagine if I won it that evening? No one would
wouldn't.
believe it. I wouldn't
No.
be allowed to keep the money, would I?
No, you
Can I just
wouldn't,
say
no.
now, if I do win, it's not fixed at all. Let me keep the money if I win, please.
I think they'd have to. And you were just saying that you fought Shane Ritchie on the front covers of all sorts of TV
Oh, apparently,
listings,
yeah.
magazines.
Well, he'll
Shane-
get his.
Well,
I'm
he's in
sure.
tomorrow, so we'll
Is he in
tease him
tomorrow?
about it, yeah.
Oh, there you
Yeah.
go.
Talking to Shane tomorrow.
Good luck with it.
Thanks
Hope
very
it comes
much.
into a series.
Thanks
It
a
looks
lot.
fabulous to us.
Have a lovely wedding and everything.
Thank you
else.
very
Next
much.
year, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it is. Yeah, thanks.
Okay, we're taking a quick break. We're back with in 2 minutes with Dr. Christille and our holiday health phone.